Hello, in this video let us discuss solving quadratic equations using square roots. Say we have this following quadratic equation. 3x squared plus 5 equals 41. We can solve this using the concept of square roots. First, let us transpose positive 5 to the other side and it becomes negative. Therefore, we have 3x squared equals 41 minus 5. And 41 minus 5 is 36. So 3x squared equals 36. And to solve for x, let us divide both sides by 3. Therefore, we have x squared equals 36 divided by 3 is 12. All right, now let me copy. X squared equals 12, and then we will take the square root of both sides. Why? So that we can obtain the value of x. We need x, not x squared. So we have x, the square root of x squared is x, is equal to, now we're taking the square root of 12. And whenever we're taking the square root, always add plus minus. And then square root, 12 is not a perfect square, but we can express it as factors in which one of the factors is a perfect square. For example, 12 is equal to 4 times 3, right? Therefore, we have x is equal to plus minus 4 is equal to 2 squared. 4 is a perfect square. So 2 squared times 3. And we can take out the base, the square root 2 outside, such that we have x is equal to plus minus 2 and the remaining square root of 3. So you can express your answer like this, or you can write x1 is equal to positive 2 square root of 3 and x2 is equal to negative 2 square root of 3. Don't forget we have two solutions here because our degree is 2. So either this one or this one. Let's try another one. Say we have 1 over 7 times y minus 2 squared equals 6. All right, how do we solve for this quadratic equation? First, let us eliminate 1 over 7 by multiplying both sides by 7. So if we multiply both sides by 7, obviously this cancel. All right, now on the left side, we're left with y minus 2 squared. So y minus 2 squared. On the right side, 6 times 7 is 42. So 42. And now we can take the square root of both sides to eliminate the square here. So square root and also square root. Now, on the left side, we have y minus 2 is equal to, and since we're taking the square root, include plus minus. And then 42 is not a perfect square, and 42 cannot be expressed as factors such that one of the factors is a perfect square. The only factors for 42 are 42 times 1 and 21 times 2. None of them are perfect square. So, just write as is, square root of 42. And then transpose negative 2 to the other side, make it positive. Therefore, y is equal to 2 after transposing, and then copy this. Plus minus square root of 42. And here's the solutions. Take note, we have two values here, plus minus. You can separate them like this, it's up to you. Next, let us try to solve this quadratic equation. Suppose we have 5x squared minus 7 equals 68. All right. First, transpose negative 7 to the other side. Therefore, we have 5x squared equals 68 and then plus 7. Copy 5x squared. 68 plus 7 is 75. And then to solve for x, let us divide both sides by 5. Therefore, we have x squared is equal to 75 divided by 5, that is 15. All right, and then we take the square root of both sides. So square root and then square root. On the left side, we have x equals square root plus minus, and then 15 cannot be reduced further because the only factors for 15 are 15 times 1 and 3 times 5. None of them are perfect squares. So square root of 15. How about this? Let us solve 1/2 x squared minus 8 equals 0. All right. First, transpose negative 8 to the other side. Therefore, we have 1/2 x squared equals positive 8. And let's get rid of this 2 by multiplying both sides by 2. So if you multiply both sides by 2, obviously this cancels. On the left side, we're left with x squared equals 8 times 2 is 16. And let me copy x squared equals 16. Take the square root of both sides. Therefore, we have x is equal to plus minus 16 is a perfect square. The square root of 16 is 4. 4. And here's our solutions. Let us try one more. Say we have 9x squared minus 30x plus 25 equals 0. All right, let us rewrite this quadratic trinomial. 3x and then squared minus 2 times 3x times 5, and then 25 is 5 squared equals 0. Obviously, this is a perfect square trinomial in the form a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And we know the factored form for a perfect square trinomial in this form is a minus b squared. All right, so we will turn this into this one. Our a is 3x, as you can see. B is equal to 5. All right, now let us factor. So our a is 3x, and then minus b, our b is 5, and then squared equals 0. So what should we do? Let me copy. 3x minus 5 squared is equal to 0. Let's take the square root of both sides. This becomes 3x minus 5 is equal to square root of 0 is 0. Now let us solve for x. Negative 5 transposed to the other side. 3x is equal to 5. And then dividing both sides by 3, x is equal to 5 over 3. Now take note that we have two solutions here, okay? Not only one. But the two solutions are both 5 over 3. And we call this double root.